mankind is territorial, so we always will demarcate certain parts of the world as our own. Borders will be with us for always, so in that sense border studies are very important.
Mon nom est Elisabeth Vallet, je suis chercheur à la chaire Raoul d'Endurant à l'Université du Québec à Montréal.
Ik ben Martin van der Velde, ik werk aan de Radboud Universiteit in Nijmegen op de grens van Nederland en Duitsland.
I'm Martin Klatt, I'm an associate professor at the University of Southern Denmark at the Center of Border Region Studies in Sønderborg on the Danish-German border.
I work on borders and border fences. We're looking at border fences as a global phenomenon. I am working with colleagues in Quebec on the border between Quebec and the US through the different lenses.
I am dealing with Denmark's borders, and that is the land border from Denmark to Germany, which has is a troubled past border, the border of historical conflict, with a narrative of cooperation today and more integration.
Within the big project, I'm leading one of the international consortia on the Dutch-German border. Part of the consortium is also the Euregio, this cross-border organization and a consultancy firm.
Of course, there's increasing attention on border studies today because of the developments we have on the one side with globalization, which has induced a debordering many places with more open borders, more trade, more interaction, more traveling, more tourism. On the other hand, we experience migration, which has increased in parts of the world. Attempts from countries to control migration, to control crime across borders.
Witnessing the whole process of European integration, where borders were supposed to disappear, we do see that they do not disappear, certainly not in the mind of the people.
And there is clearly a need to make borders understood better, both on a positive and on a negative side. Populism is actually always dwelling on one side of the border, which is the negative aspect, the deviant globalization.
And that there is this tendency of rebordering, so borders for certain groups become more important again.
A symposium like the one we're attending today is very important because it allows us to work together, speak together, and find a common ground. We're coming from different backgrounds as academics. There is a need to find a common vocabulary in border studies.
The academic world sometimes has a little bit the tendency to stay too abstract, too analytical, and that sometimes we tend to forget that once we know what the problem is, we also have to work towards a solution. And on the other hand, the non-academic world, most of the work is only done on trying to find solutions and not thinking about the root causes.
It's not just relevant for us as a researcher or for some very selected policymakers, but borders affect everybody, so we hope very much that we can attract interested people in knowing about our research. So it's a very important part of the big project.